Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for this week's video, I am doing something a little bit different. Finally, I am going to just be sitting here and talking with you guys today. I went to CVS this past weekend and I bought something a little exciting. I was going there actually to buy the L'Oreal Lumi Cushion Foundation. And I had it in my hand. I was getting ready to purchase it, and then I spotted in this tiny little corner of the store the Milani section, and I was like, what? My CVS had not had Milani previously. This is like something new that they just got, and I was floored. I was so excited. Thank God the store was empty because I was literally like, oh my God, I like jumped for joy. I was like, I hope nobody's watching me like make a fool of myself. So I went over to the Milani section and I spotted all of their quads, like eyeshadow quads, and some of their single eyeshadows, and I saw a lot of eyeliners and things like that, and I didn't see their foundations, and I was like really disappointed at first, and then turns out they were just like on the side. So here I have the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation. I have been hearing so many good things about this foundation. I have been dying to try this foundation. And when I was in the store, I noticed they didn't have all of the shades. They only had a select few. It's like they skipped every other shade, every other number. But I got shade number 9, which is called just Tan. And it worked out pretty good because it turns out this is a pretty good color for me right now. It might not work so well in the winter when I'm looking a little ghostly, but considering it's summer here and I'm a little bit tan and I'm looking for kind of a darker glow, this color really does work perfectly for my skin. It blends right into my neck. It goes well with the rest of my body. First impression is that it went on a there was a bug on my shoulder. So my first impression was it was a little yellow at first, but it wound up oxidizing and the yellow tinge kind of went away after a little while. So that was good. So what I did was I applied it with a damp beauty sponge. I have this one here that I got from Ulta. I will just link it down below for you guys, but I did get it from Ulta. So I just dampened it a little bit, squeezed out the excess water, and then I applied it on the back of my hand. It is a pump, which I really do love pump foundations. I can seem to get the same amount of product each time with a pump. So I squeezed 2 pumps of this onto the back of my hand. I just kind of pat, 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 and do kind of 2 dots here, 2 dots here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, and then I just kind of, you know, just pat, 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 blend, 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 that kind of thing. Right. The second I patted, so the first thing that I noticed when I applied this foundation was that it is definitely a medium to full coverage, which it does say right here on the back. It says the first thing, medium to full coverage, right here on the back label. So that is definitely true, and I love it. What is on my ceiling? I am getting so many distractions right now. It is unreal. It is the end of a long day. It's definitely medium to full coverage, so that was really good. When I was reading the back of this, it said that it was oil-free. And the one thing that I noticed was the finish. Now, it's summer, and for me, I have been experiencing very dry skin, but since it's summer, I do like to have kind of a matte finish foundation, just because, you know, like, it gets hot, you get kind of sweaty, and sometimes your T-zone gets a bit oily, you kind of melt your makeup off with the heat, so I like to get things kind of matte from the start so that they don't melt off as easily. But with this foundation, it is kind of a semi-matte finish, So I noticed by the end of the first day of wearing this that it did get quite dewy. So typically I have to blot my face in the middle of the day, usually by around 12 or 1 o'clock, depending on when I apply my makeup. So on the first day of wearing this foundation, I checked my face at about 12:30, 1 o'clock, and I was noticing that I was looking kind of dewy, but I didn't feel necessarily the need to blot my face yet. Usually when I blot my face, I use the NYX matte blotting papers. They look like this. They come in a little black envelope, and I will link them down below as well. But I didn't really feel the need to break these out just yet, which is really good. I don't really want to waste them. They're not super expensive. They're actually pretty cheap, but I like to save them. You know, don't want to be wasteful. So I noticed by around 5 o'clock I was starting to feel a little greasy, starting to feel a little gross. So then I did blot my face. The foundation by the end of the day has not rubbed off. I don't know if you can see right now. Here, I'll zoom in a little bit. So I don't know if you can see, and it's very humid today. It's very hot. I am getting a little bit oily now, but I don't know if you can see, but it's been quite a long day, and I have not experienced any sort of exposure around my nose, on my chin, anything on my forehead, under my eyes. Nothing has rubbed off of my face, which I think is amazing. So this foundation really does have really great staying power. I just like how the color matches too. I don't think I've ever really experienced a foundation from the drugstore that matches my complexion very well. There's not really a good color selection for my skin tone, or anything in between really. Once you get towards like the medium tan to anything darker, give it a thumbs up if you're like a tan girl or a black girl and you just struggle with drugstore foundation. There are just no colors. There are just no colors. What is that? Seriously. I digress. So as far as the concealing aspects, because this is a 2-in-1 foundation, it is a medium to full coverage, so I definitely think that this is something that really does conceal any dark spots, any blemishes that you might have on your face. I did use it as an under eye concealer as well. I do think that it worked for me. It's not super drying, and my under eyes do tend to get very dry, so I did like the fact that it was a dewy foundation that was going underneath the eyes. However, if you prefer a lighter foundation, or a lighter concealer I should say, to go underneath your eyes, then I wouldn't recommend something like this to conceal under your eyes. However, this is a great product to conceal blemishes and any sort of discoloration on the rest of your face, for sure, because it does have that full coverage aspect. So that's great, and it doesn't wear off throughout the day. So some final thoughts. If your skin is oily, or if you live in a humid area, this foundation is not for you. I would not recommend this foundation. It does definitely have a more semi-matte to dewy finish, but if you have drier skin, if you live in a drier area, or if you're really looking for a semi-matte or dewy finish, then this is a beautiful foundation because it really gives you a nice healthy glow. It makes your skin look so fresh and moist, and I know everyone hates the word moist, I'm sorry, but it just really looks healthy and young and fresh, and I definitely recommend this foundation. It honestly helps plump up the skin, I think. And let me tell you, my pores, especially right here, I know a lot of us have very large pores right here on our cheeks. My pores are huge on my cheeks, I'm telling you, huge, okay? But this foundation blurs out fine lines. It blurred out my pores. My skin looked smooth as a baby's butt, okay? As a baby's butt. Do you know how smooth babies' butts are? They're freaking smooth. They're so smooth, okay? That's how smooth my face was. So if you want your face to be as smooth as a baby's butt, yeah. And the Last thing that I want to say about this is that yes, it can be found at the drugstore, and it is $10 at my local CVS. So it's going to be around $10 where you can find it at your local CVS or Walgreens. I will link it down below for you where you can find it, and I'll give a couple of different options for where you can find this because not everyone has access to a CVS. So I will let you know the different places that you can find it, and I will also link the Milani website as well. And just letting you know, I did also try one of the eyeshadows, Blended Like a Dream. Beautiful color payoff. Amazing. I talk a little bit about it in my blog post, which will also be linked down below, so check it out there. Yeah. So I'm definitely looking forward to trying more Milani products. I want to try their mattifying primer, and I want to try those matte lip creams. Oh, I'm so excited. My CVS didn't have them, so I might have to order them online, but I want to try them so bad. I am still going to try the L'Oreal Lumi Cushion Foundation. I really want to see how that works for my skin. I know those are also kind of a dewy finish, and they're also kind of lighter. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to see kind of a first impression, and I'll apply it right on camera for the first time and do that for you guys, because that'll be fun too. But yeah. So I thank you guys so much for watching. I have a discount code down below for a bracelet that I've been wearing recently. I just got it in the mail a few days ago and I've been loving it. I'm not wearing it today because it doesn't go with my outfit, but it's actually hanging behind me. Here, I'll grab it. It's so cute. This does not relate to the video at all. It's just really cute. It's so cute. It's super long. It's a wrap bracelet, so I literally just like wrap it around like a gazillion times, and then you button it here. They have a whole bunch of different styles, and they like separate them by like boho or glam, but they're really cute, and it's a 20% off discount code, so definitely check it out because they're super cute. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.